All right. Awesome. Hello. Hello, everybody. It's so good to be here. Let's take a breath together. Let's roll our heads on our necks like that. Let's shake our shoulders. Let's shake our tatas. Welcome. Welcome to our live Wildly Successful Woman training today on how to be the luckiest woman in the world in zero time. I am definitely about instant gratification. I don't know about you, where my instant gratification ladies at. And on today's video, in today's special training, I'm going to be showing you the easiest, the most fun way to step into it's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe. It's definitely an energy of everything is always working for me. Everything's always working out for me, or even better than I can possibly imagine or plan for. So I'm just checking. Hey, Jen. Hey, everybody. If you're here, say hello. And I don't know if y'all are on TikTok. Is that such a boomer question? But there's this video that's going around, and it's a song, right? And she goes, "I don't chase, I attract. The universe has my back. La la la, lucky me. It must be my energy." And that is the vibe that I'm talking about. Stepping into that vibe, being in that energy without you having to push for it, right? And without you having to add anything to your to-do list, like to do more. Also without you feeling guilty or nervous or can I have that? Can life work like that? Which also to say without you needing to be skeptical. So if you're here with your hands like this, prove it to me. This is for you too. Okay, this is for you too. Because what I'm all about is my women having a have it all situation and feeling really good at the same time. So let me know that you're here to start. I get really excited when people pop on live. So let me know if you're here by leaving a comment and saying, "Hey, babe." Or if you're one of those cool kids that's catching the replay later, just do hashtag after party so I know to come back and we can chat more all about this. I'm like a total nerd and dweeb for all these manifestation tools, these energetic practices. All right, let's get down to it. So, what I'm going to share with you guys today is what allowed myself and my clients to get results like this, right? Like one of my clients, S, she didn't double her income, she tripled her income while also taking more days off at work, while her company created this new dream job for her that literally ticked off every box in the vision that we manifested for her so that she could have what she wanted, which was this perfect breezy schedule, so she could have lunch dates with her man and she could be there for her teenagers and she could also do travel for retreats, right? Or one of my clients, E, what she learned how to do is drop the stress, right? She was putting major stress on herself. If you know what that's like, you can raise your hand or you can leave a comment. I know what that's like when you're so passionate about doing what you're doing that you accidentally put a lot of pressure and stress on yourself. She learned how to stop doing that and instead start focusing on making magic in her life. And for those of you that are eye rolling, I'm going to explain real magic to you guys on this live, because what she wanted was she wanted her big goals to come true, but she wanted them to happen faster while simultaneously she was enjoying her life. So one of those things is that she just got her new dream home, and I'm so excited for her, right? Because what's the point of having all those things on your vision board if you feel like shit, right? We're going to talk about how to do that differently today. And A, who I'm just kvelling over here, all my Jewish girls out there, you know that word, kvelling, so proud, so happy, because she experienced this insane shift in her marriage that she told me, she's like, this is never gonna happen. My husband is never gonna do this. And it came from her finally putting herself first. So, and when she did that, she inspired new respect and appreciation and support from her husband without the frustration that she was experiencing before, without needing to tell him what to do or be in charge or oversee everything. And as a bonus side effect, they now cannot keep their hands off of each other. So it's a good thing that she has all this free time that she can keep herself busy with her husband again. But look, here's the thing, you have your own goals and dreams, and that's perfect, right? I'm just giving you some examples of what's possible here. So, what this means for you is once you do what I teach you in this video, once you learn about this and how to apply it to your own life, you're gonna be able to experience an ability to bring that kind of magic and energy into your life, right? Because that's what my clients did, and that's what I'm going to show you too. And the reason I'm saying magic, right? The reason why I'm not just like going to use another word, magic, is that's what we want, right? We want to feel like, yeah, it feels really good and it feels really surprising. Like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. And like, we don't want to just have to work hard and push more for that stuff. We want it to feel magical. We want it to be real. Okay. So before I get started, my name is Michelle Kanan. And if you haven't met me, I'm also known as the Have It All Queen. And I'm a mentor and I'm a guide for driven, passionate women who want it all in life, love, and career simultaneously with zero compromises, also in the easiest, most fun, and exciting way possible. And I'm also having a moment. Do you guys see these earrings? I'm having a memory of when I worked in corporate America, right? I've been doing this for over a decade, but I used to work in corporate America, and I had a boss once make me take off my dangly earrings before I did a big pitch because he said they were too distracting. So this is my big FU to corporate America and to other people telling us what is right and how we should do things in order to be acceptable. I'm just gonna shimmy in these earrings that my husband actually got for me. And feel like really good about that. Okay. So, first of all, I want to share something that actually really, really surprised me. Okay. I did a poll in my stories and I asked, like, how many of you, like, when you want something, do you rely on luck or do you rely on hard work? And nobody clicked luck. Like nobody selected that. And then so I asked like a follow-up question. I was just like, do you believe in lucky girl syndrome? Do you believe in luck? And so many women were just like, no. Okay. And I get it, right? Like most of us were raised to believe that we have to work hard, that like things don't just get handed to us on a silver platter, like that, we don't just get lucky, that that's not how the world works, that's not how the universe works, that like you have to put in the sweat, the blood equity, the time, right? The effort, the energy in order to get what you want for yourself, right? And on the one hand, like 100%, I totally agree, right? So if you don't know, I am the mom of a toddler and I am married and we're multipreneurs. And so I have multiple businesses and I'm co founders with my husband. And there is a lot going on in our lives, right? And for me and for the women that I coach, there's a lot going on in our lives. We got a lot of shit to do, like, and we love it, right? Like, we're passionate about the things that we're doing. We're passionate about the lives that we're building. We're passionate about raising amazing families and making great money and doing work that's meaningful for us and leaving a legacy. And like, we're willing to do the hard work, right? But what we were never taught, right, in how we were raised, and I don't know about you, but like I was raised by a very hardworking mother. My parents were immigrants to this country, refugees. Like I watched them build a life, build an American dream from total scratch. They came to this country with nothing. They weren't allowed to bring anything from their old country where they came from, right? And so I saw a model of working really hard and building and sweating and I'm trying to think of the right word here. I don't have like a script right now for this. Just like a lot of sacrifice in order to make what they wanted real. And on the one hand, like I super applaud and appreciate that. Like my parents doing all of those things, like were a model for showing me how hard I could work in order to make my dreams come true. And so that's what I did. That's what so many of us are doing, right? We're working so fucking hard. And there's no problem with that. I'm never going to vilify that. On the other hand, that's only half of the equation, right? Most of us, as powerful women in a capitalist society, in a patriarchal society that was built mostly by men, right? Like, which fine, but they built it in the way that works best for them. We never learn about the other 50%, the other side of the coin, the other part of the energy of what it takes to be successful, right? So it's not just about working hard, okay? Working hard can only take you so far because the thing is that if the hard work is getting you the results, that's amazing, right? You're checking things off of your milestones, off of your bucket list, like you're racking up those accomplishments. But for so many of us, we're doing it tired, and we're doing it stressed, and we're doing it from this energy of pressure, of anxiety, of scarcity, of there's this real, I call it push energy, right? There's a lot of push and a lot of force that it takes for us to get to the places that we where we want to. And for some of us, we've convinced ourselves, well, this is the season, right? This is the season where it has to be hard. This is the season where I have to sacrifice. This is the season where I'm going to be exhausted. And so that reality, right? That's what you've agreed to in your minds. And so that's how you're operating and doing all the things. But here's the truth, okay? Working hard is only half the equation. Your energy and your mindset are just as important, if not even more important, as that sweat equity, as that push energy that you're putting into anything, right? Like, and your actions can only take you so far, right? Because if you're using this push energy all the time, even when you hit your goals, you don't feel good, right? You feel tired, you feel depleted, you feel burnt out, you feel short tempered, you feel disconnected from your family, from the way that you want your life to be, right? And so, what's the point of hitting all of our goals if you don't feel the way that you want to feel? If you don't feel very lucky at all, if you don't feel like life can be easy, if you don't feel like you can relax, if you don't feel like you truly get to enjoy those things. I mean, maybe, right, when you take a vacation, right? You ever wonder why vacations feel so good? Because you're like, bye bye, real life. I'm going on vacation for a week. But then what happens, right? You stress all those days leading up to your vacation to get everything done and to delegate everything and to finish everything. Then you have this like almost 1 week of like, but then as that week comes to a close, you're like, shit, I'm gonna have a million emails and a million meetings and a million things, right? Like the way that most of you have set up your lives is in this way that doesn't feel good for you, right? Even when you hit your goals, and then you hit your goals and that feels good, you get your promotion, you get your raise, you buy your house, yay! But then it's like on to the next thing. You're stuck in this loop of needing to continue to push, needing to continue to sacrifice yourself, needing to continue to do, because if you don't, you're afraid, right? You're afraid that everything is going to fall apart. Like, now, I'm just going to take a pause here. If anyone has any questions, if anyone isn't sure what I'm talking about, if this makes sense, like, leave a comment, let me know, ask away. Like, I'm here to totally have a conversation about this, right? But it's like, do you want to feel like that? This is my question. This is my really big question. This is something that I do with my clients all the time. The question is this how you want to feel? Is this really what you want? And you might want those things, but just in case you didn't know, truth bomb, the reason that we want those things, the reason that we want to hit our goals, our dreams, the deep, deep inside reason why we want them is because we believe that when we reach that, we are going to feel a certain way. We're going to feel the way that we want to feel, like successful, free, accomplished, rich, happy, satisfied, whatever it is. Everybody has their own unique core desired feelings. And that's something I help my clients identify too, right? But you're not going to feel that way for very long, or it's just going to be a blip if the way that you're getting to your goals doesn't align with how you feel. If it doesn't make you feel the way that you want to feel, that is just the cycle that you're going to be in, where you're doing in this really hard way. Yay, celebration. But shit, now I have to do, right? Like you buy the house, but now you have to pay the mortgage payments, and now you need to like decorate it, and you need to do this thing and that thing and keep it clean, right? And you're stuck in this vicious cycle where you're getting dopamine from the highs, but then you're back to the grind, right? And then you keep working hard to get to the high, but then it drops because you're in the grind again. Whew, and that's what I want you to understand. And that's what I want to give you the invitation, the opportunity to step out of, right? Now, for those of you that are like, what is lucky girl syndrome? Why are we talking about luck? Like, you need that hard work. I 100% believe it. You got to put your skin in the game. There's this fable that I love, which is about this man that he wants to win the lotto. So every day he prays to God and he's like, God, I want to win the lottery. I want to win the lottery. God, I want to win the lottery. Goes to sleep, wakes up, didn't win the lottery. Goes to sleep, wakes up, didn't win the lottery. God, please. And then one day he dies and he goes up to heaven and he says, God, I prayed every single day to win the freaking lotto. Like, why? I was devout. I talked to you. I begged, like, why did you never let me win the lotto? And God goes, my son, you never bought a lottery ticket. Right? A lot of you guys are buying lottery tickets every day or work, you're doing the hard work. But the communication with God or the universe, if you're not religious, it doesn't matter. This isn't about religion. Your communication with magical elements isn't there. And that's like, wouldn't that just be amazing if you could feel like life was just this giant game and you had the cheat codes, right? Like, and no, don't worry, for those of you that aren't religious, my answer isn't to pray to God. That's not where we're going with this live here. Although, if that's what you do, that's amazing. I did an interview once with these two women, and they were like, our third business partner is God. And I was like, that is fucking dope. You are very lucky and very strong in your business and your belief. And I love that so much, right? Because all of us internally actually have these glass ceilings that are keeping us from experiencing our journey the way that we want to, right? And for so many of you, what you know is possible from what you saw your parents do is that life is hard, or that you have to work hard, or you have to do blood, sweat, and tears to get there. And sure, that might be part of the journey, but it's not a season part necessarily. It's just a piece of the equation, but you get to decide how much of it you want it to be hard and frustrating, and how much of it you want to be magical, right? And that's the thing, right? When you hear about lucky girl syndrome, and what lucky girl syndrome is this ability, this internal belief, this energy within you that what you want, it wants you back, and that you can align yourself energetically to be a magnet for the things that you want, that you can attract the things that you want. And so, for my eye rollers out there, my this is too woo woo people out there, what I'm talking about is this, like, we all have been in flow before, okay? You know what being in flow feels like, right? It feels like, you just want something to happen, and then poof, it like fucking happens. Or you're like praying and you're just like, oh, I really need like a surprise, or I just really need a win right now, and like the win happens. Or you ever have a thought and then like that thought manifests itself, like the phone rings and it's like the answer to that thought that you had. Or here's one. We I'm going to the spa with my girlfriends on Friday, and my husband accidentally double booked something, and so I was gonna have to leave early to pick up my kid, and I was like, you know what, I was like, I just know this is gonna resolve itself. And like within an hour, he got a phone call that the thing that he double booked, could they move it to Thursday, actually? And so now he has his meeting on Thursday. I get to have my whole spa day on Friday. We didn't have to do anything extra. I didn't have to stress about it. I didn't have to reschedule a million things. Like, that's the energy, that's the vibe that I'm talking about. Where no matter what is going on, your energy and your mindset is aligned that actually everything is working out for me. And if it hasn't yet, that's just because it's in process. And that's the other 50% that I'm talking about. That's the other side of the coin that so many driven, passionate, hardworking women are missing in your process to make your dreams and your goals come true, right? And that's why things feel heavier than they need to, because you're putting everything on your shoulders. You think you have to do all of the things. You have to organize everything, manage everything, follow up with everything, like check everything off the list. Like, and if you don't, it's not going to happen, or the momentum's going to stop, or things are going to fall apart. And it's that belief, and it's that way that you keep showing up and holding control so tightly, that's actually keeping you stuck in that place that makes things feel heavy, right? And so this live is, and I want you to think of it as an invitation, or I want you to think of it as like a next step, like a door for you that you get to walk through, where you get to decide right now that you have lucky girl syndrome, okay? That you don't have to push so hard, that you don't have to only do the pushing and the grinding and the responsibilities and the control in order to make stuff happen, and that instead you can start to pay attention to all of the gifts from the universe that are constantly waiting for you in every situation. Like, where you are right now is, just think, horses have those like blinders so that they know like where to go forward. That's the way you're operating. Blinders, walking forward. Now, here's a game that I want you to play. This is one of my favorite games. It's the easiest. I do this with my clients in the beginning of their processes all the time. Okay? I want you to pick something. I want you to pick something that you would never see in like your everyday life, like something totally random. You can pick my thing. My thing is pink cotton candy. Okay? It is February in New Jersey where I am. There's no pink cotton candy anywhere. Okay? I pick pink cotton candy, and my request every day to the universe when I'm playing this game, I'm like, universe, show me pink cotton candy. Give me some pink cotton candy. Why? Why would I do this? Who gives a shit about pink cotton candy, right? Like, because I am on the daily, on the regular, I have a relationship with an energy that's bigger than me. I have a relationship with myself that believes and understands that what I want, if I want something, it's out there and it is coming for me too. So let me put out some ridiculous random requests to the universe. And by the way, it's not something that I'm clinging to, right? It's not something that like, oh, I need $1 million tomorrow, right? There's nothing about my request for cotton candy that is like, oh, please. There's no desperation, there's no pressure around it because, right, we most of you know how to operate from pressure, from desperation, from need, right? And it's that energy that's part of what's making things so heavy and so hard. That's the only energy that you're operating from. I'm inviting you to start to play with this different energy of like surprise and delight. And like, wouldn't it be fun? That's the vibe. Wouldn't it be fun if all my bills were paid this month? Like, wouldn't it be fun if the universe just like delivered cotton candy to me right now? Like, wouldn't it be fun? Here's one, I'm going to manifest it. Wouldn't it be fun if my husband took me on a date tonight? I'll check in with you guys later because obviously it's going to happen. And that's the vibe. I want you to start to train yourself to be like, well, obviously, like, of course it's going to happen. Of course it's going to be that easy. Of course it's going to show up for me. I want it. Do you feel how like my energy was just like, of course, and not like, my husband better take me on a fucking date tonight, or ugh, I really want him to, like, I hope he thinks about it, like, no, right? So many of us know how to operate and do from that energy. The vibe that I want you to practice, the game that I want you to play, start with pink cotton candy with me, is, and do comment pink cotton candy if you're in, is, hey universe, I want you to show me pink cotton candy, and I want you to play this every single day. I want you to show up with this energy, this desire, this fun, this playfulness, because that's how you get lucky girl syndrome. That's how you invite a different kind of energy, a different kind of luck into your life, a different kind of vibe where you know how to work hard, you know how to do all those things. You know that. You've been practicing that long enough. Now I want you to practice this different energy where things get to be fun, where you get to be surprised, where you get to be delighted, right? That's the formula to be able to achieve this, okay? Most women don't realize this. Like, the formula for things to feel really good is for you to feel really good. The formula for things to be surprising and delightful, for it to like pop up and just like give you what you want with magic, like just because you want it, is for you to be open to that magic. It's for you to be open to that desire to like want it, like even if it's silly, if it's crazy, if you don't know how it's gonna happen, and then just lean back and be like, I know it's coming. I know it's on its way. Or I know it even better. Like if it's not here yet, it's just because it's on its way to me. It's coming. And I'll tell you, the last time pink cotton candy showed up, right? Because it's February in New Jersey. Why would there be pink cotton candy anywhere? Was my daughter came home the other day with some new stickers, some puffy stickers that someone at her school gave her. And she's like, Ema, I want to give you a sticker. And what did she peel off of the sticker? And she put it right on my phone. It was a little pink cotton candy. I kid you not, like, and I was just like, oh, thanks universe. And it was just this reminder of like, of course what I want is always finding me in like the funnest, most surprising and best way possible, right? And how you do that is by tapping into your magic. And as what the way that I call it is unleashing your unstoppable desire, right? When you just give yourself permission to want things and to want it to feel good and to love that you want it and to like just play with your energy, like this magic that every woman has inside of you. It's your feminine energy. And no, it's not about wearing a dress and like being girly. It's not about any of that. It's about the quality of your experience and connecting with this unstoppable energy inside of you, your desire, as a pathway to bring the things that you want to you in the funnest, most juicy, most pleasurable way possible. And that's pillar one of what I teach inside of my Habit All method. That is what I teach the women in my Wildly Successful Woman group program. And what makes it so powerful is when you unleash your unstoppable desire, when you're tapped into this magic inside of you, And concurrently, you're also embodying your unapologetic self, right? Like, there's nothing in me, if you're feeling me right now, there's nothing in me that feels wrong or guilty or shameful for wanting crazy things, for wanting $1 million in the easiest way possible, for wanting to spend hours in the bathtub on a Wednesday afternoon instead of doing work, for wanting my husband to take me out to like a fancy restaurant and I don't have to clean the kitchen. Like, all of the things that I want, there's none of this pressure or this clinging around it. Like, I'm unapologetic about who I am, about what I want, about how I want things to be, and that I want them in the most fun way possible. And that's what I teach my clients, right? How to be your most unapologetic, confident, in self approval, connected to your self worth, bad bitch self, so that of course the things you want show up for you, because that next level version of you, of course, she gets those things. Of course, it feels the way that you want it to feel, right? And then pillar three of my have it all method is when you are that bad bitch and when you are so connected to this power of your desire and you're getting all those things and you ignite a relationship revolution with your man. It's when your marriage, your relationship, or for my single ladies, the relationship that you're calling in, it manifests and it becomes what you want. Your husband, your partner, he becomes a partner for you in that creation process. You're having the most fun together. You're toasting life together. You're celebrating together. You're making the money that you want together. You're going further, faster, and more connected than ever together. Like that, everything is just aligning and you guys feel sexy and fun and powerful, like a power couple, like a real freaking power couple, whatever that means to you. Okay. So if you're ready for that, like if you want to have this vibe of, I'm just lucky, like I have lucky girl syndrome, like it's easy for me to manifest, and I have a great relationship with magic and with creating things in my life from pleasure and from fun and from just like surprise instead of just like pressure or stress or anxiety. Like what I want you to do is I want you to DM me right now, call, or just comment below, call. I'd love to invite you for a have it all activation call. And what's going to happen on this call is I'm a pattern hunter, right? That's what I do is I help you identify the pattern in your life, what you might be doing or thinking, or the actions that you're taking or you're not taking that are blocking you from feeling this way, that are blocking you from having what you want in the easiest and best way possible. I'm going to help you understand how you are doing that so that you can experience the freaking freedom and the fun and the magic of letting that go and all of the amazing things that get to happen and show up for you when you stop doing that, when you start being that next level, wildly successful woman. And I'm going to show you how my method can help you achieve that. All right. I had so much fun giving this training because that's a freaking vibe. I spent 3 hours in the bathtub before this, like getting ready, like getting in the groove for it. If you have any questions, drop a comment, let me know. Tag a friend if you think that she should watch this video, if she needs more of that lucky girl syndrome vibe in her life. If you want to have more of that energy in your life, drop the word call below, shoot me a message that says call, or just like, let's have a chat. This is the vibe. Like, we could be having this much fun together. I love you guys. I will see you again soon for our next Wildly Successful Wednesday group training. Bye.